there a recording with you with our favorite punk band, The Damned?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is a recording of me playing with The Damned, but that isn't the best time I played with The Damned. May I interject your question? All right, here's the story. As we know, punk bands hated prog, yes? Actually, no. They listened secretly. And Sensible was a really good guitar player. And King Crimson were doing a television show in Munich. And The Damned were on the same television show. And Level 42 were on the same television show. We all filmed at the same time. Whether it came out, I don't know. But anyway, I stayed behind to see The Damned, and I took them a bottle of champagne. Loved the show. And I remember Captain Sensible came on. This is a television show, right? This is for you cunts what likes disco. That, it began there and went up. So I went backstage and I took them a bottle of champagne. And then there was a photo session came up. And so they grabbed me and pulled me into the photo session and launched into Springtime for Hitler and Germany. Good, all right. So then we went to the airport the next day, and we were getting on very well, very friendly. And driving into London, I believe I may have dropped my trousers and mooned The Damned from our VW, getting in the spirit of things, you understand, in a punky fashion. I believe maybe Rat Scabies showed me his arse in return. But anyway, not long after that, Captain Sensible was in touch with me, and he said, would you like to sit in with The Damned at Hammersmith Odeon? Yeah. I mean, this was New York at the time. I loved doing this. So, yes, so I went along to the sound check and played a couple of songs with them. And front of the stage, I was stage right, so like this. I figured about 15 feet. Gobbing, you see. Not part of prog. I have seen no prog, no gobbing at any progressive rock concert in my life, not even to this day. 15 feet. So I put my stool about 15 feet back, and that's where I would sit for sitting in with The Damned. And there was Sensible, who only had shorts on at the time, which, if you know Sensible, was close to being overdressed. But there was Sensible in his shorts, and the gob was hitting him. In other words, it flew farther than 15 feet. And in return, Sensible would go back at the audience. None of this will happen tonight, David. Worry not. So anyway, this was lots of fun. I rocked through this, and we came off, and the audience was still cheering. So we're at the side of the stage, and Sensible said, would you like to play a couple more then? I said, sure, what's the key? And he said, well, the first one's an E, and the second one's an E. So I went back and rocked out with The Damned yet again. Huge amounts of fun, loved it. And then I got a phone call, would you like to do a session with us, make a single with us, which I did. And that was astonishing. So I turned up at 5:30, and Rat Scabies came in at 5:45. He said, I said you'd be here. So then we plugged in, and this horrible hum emerged. Horrible buzzing hum. And the road manager, I said, come on, we're going to fix this. And the hum kind of subsided a bit. Then it was 6 o'clock, nominally the time when the session began. So it was time to go down the pub. All right, I don't usually work like this, but hey, I'll give it a shot. This is punk. So we went down the pub and then came back, and we began to work and so on. But about midnight, I was tired. You know, I was usually in bed by then. And that's when things really kicked off. That's when Sensible really got to work.